Anthropic launched Claude 3.7 Sonnet about a month ago as the first hybrid reasoning model, and again, it's been crushing a lot of benchmarks across the board. And just this week, Anthropic and Databricks announced a major partnership, so Claude 3.7 is now natively available in Databricks across all three major clouds. At the same time, the future of AI isn't just about better models, it's about agent systems that go beyond simple RAG architectures to also actively access external applications and execute actions. In this video, we'll use Databricks to bring Claude 3.7 Sonnet and agent systems in Databricks together to build a smart AI marketing assistant. Our agent system will automate personalized email marketing campaigns for retail customers by, first of all, retrieving the relevant customer data, such as their email address and their last ordered item. Then look up the product details for this item in a vector database and then generate a very personalized marketing email and actually send it out to the customer. Let's dive in and build this step by step together. First step, if you want to follow along, is to create a Databricks account, and this has become very easy in the last couple of months. So all you need to do is to go to signupdatabricks.com, and here what you can do is you can do an express setup, and this will be a completely serverless setup. And what you can do here is you can just provide your email. You will get a verification code, and after you've entered that, you can set up your Databricks account. You will get some free credits, and there we go. Our account is ready to use. And if you check the serving part, you will see right here we have the new native integration of Claude directly within Databricks. All right, now we can go ahead and create our agent system. As I mentioned initially, for this, we need to create tools, or at the end, it's like Python functions registered in the Unity catalog that will extend our agent functionalities, right? So for this, we can go into the playground. This is a great way to get started, as here we can select our model that is going to be used, as well as the tools that our agent system is going to use here. And these tools is exactly what we have to create next. And once we have done that, we can export the actual code from here. So this is really just to get started with it, to play a bit around with it. And once we have a stable system, once we are happy with the results, we can actually export the code, the agent code itself. And then we can properly deploy it into an endpoint and make it accessible also for external applications. So let's do that. Let's create our tools first. For this, I will open the SQL editor. I will create a new tab, and here we're going to create our tools. First tool we're going to create is to get some customer information. So the end goal is that we have this chat interface, right? And we ask the agent system to come up with some personalized marketing campaign. For this, we need our customer information. So we need to get the email of our customers as well as their last ordered item, as we can use this information to come up with a very personalized marketing email. For this, I've implemented this small function over here, and you can say it takes as an input the customer name, the name of the customer whose information to look up. And I also added a comment to describe what this function is doing. In this case, like given the customer name, it will give back the ID, the last ordered item, as well as the email address. And all it is really doing is to run a select statement on our customer info table and then give us back the information of this particular customer. This is just a small example how you can use a function to actually look up your data that you have inside Databricks. So if we have quickly a look into the table itself here, customer info, and open it, we will see how it looks like. So really all it has is like a couple of sample data sets, having just the ID, the name, the email, and the last ordered item. And when we use the agent, we will provide the customer name, and it will look up our email and the last ordered item, which it needs to create this targeted marketing email. All right, I think this was very straightforward. This is function number one. Next function we're going to create is to look up our vector database to actually retrieve some kind of description of this last ordered item of the specific customer, right? So ideally, our agent would first call this lookup customer info function to get the email as well as the last ordered item. And then as a next step, our agent system should ideally make a similarity search into our vector database to get more information about this last ordered item that we just retrieved, to also include this information, like what kind of material is the item made of and what are other benefits of it, things like that, to just make the targeted marketing email a bit more customized for this specific item here. And for this, we're going to implement a small function that will do this vector database lookup for us. All we have to do to achieve this is, yet again, we create a function here. This time it's called product description similarity search. And all this is really doing is calling the vector search index, performing the similarity search, and then giving us back the relevant product description chunks here. So we again define an input parameter, which is the query string for searching the actual products. And we give the function itself again a description right here. So we say it is executing a search on product documents to retrieve documents most relevant to the input query. And again, this comment is important to explain to the agent what this function is doing so it can figure out when to call it and when not to call it. And then the actual implementation is very straightforward here. So we call this vector search function, and all it needs is the vector search index, our input query, as well as how many matching results to return. Let's have a quick look how the vector search index looks like. And this is what we can see here. We open again the Unity catalog, and it's again a very straightforward, simple example. All what's really in here is the ID. We have the item name, so specific products here. Then we have different descriptions in the form of chunks here. So you see for one item there are different kind of chunks. And then we have the actual vectors right here. And this was generated beforehand using the vector search capabilities of Databricks. Perfect. To create the last missing function, we will yet again create a Unity catalog function over here. To send the actual email, I have implemented the following function. Here I want to go into all of the specifics, but really on a high level, it's yet again a Unity catalog function, this time called send email via SES. And SES here standing for Simple Email Service from AWS. I'm using the Boto free client as my SDK to call my AWS services, and in this case, Simple Email Service. I'm providing the keys right here. It's not really best practice to hardcode them over here, but for simplicity reasons, we're just doing that. And then really all this function is doing is providing some kind of standardization, how the email should look like. So using an HTML template with the fonts, the sizes, the background container and all of that. And really the input to this function will be created by our agent and will be inserted right here into the core of our email. And then we'll use the send email function to actually send the email using the SES client here. All right, now it's time to put it all together. So we have our functions ready, and now we switch to the playground. And what we do here is, first of all, we select our model. And as mentioned initially, we want to work with Claude. And this is the new option we have here now with the new partnership and the native integration of the Claude 3.7 Sonnet model. So we select this right here. And then for the tools, we can select all of our functions that we have created. Easiest way to do this is with this placeholder. So we say agent.claude.star, and this will include all of our free functions that we have created. Now, one more thing to do. What we can do here is we can add system prompts. And here I have prepared something which I will paste now right here. So I am giving some instructions. You are a marketing assistant specializing in personalized campaigns and so on. So we give some instructions. We tell the agent what the workflow is. So first of all, understand the campaign requirements, then retrieve the customer data, and then generate the actual email. And then I also give it an example user input and an expected LLM output or an expected agent output here. So let's save that, and now we're ready to go. So let's test it out. I will be giving the following input. send a marketing email to Thomas highlighting the benefits of his last viewed product on our website and offer a discount code of 10% using the following code. And I will paste it here and just see what happens now. All right, our agent starts to execute. So first of all, it understood that it needs to call the lookup customer info function that we implemented to retrieve the email as well as the last ordered item. And this is what is happening here. We also see the output here. After that, it correctly looks up the vector database, so executing the similarity search using the other function that we've implemented for this last ordered item from Thomas, so the Everfit Performance t-shirt. Here it retrieves the different chunks for this specific item, right? So these 5 that we see here, and then it understands, okay, last step, send the actual email. So it uses all these information that were retrieved to send the personalized email to Thomas with the subject exclusive 10% off your Everfit Performance t-shirt. And then, with the content further highlighting the benefits and the characteristics of this item. Now let's check our mails to see if it all was successfully sent. So I'm switching the tab here, and there we go. We see this email that was sent by our agent system, having the subject exclusive 10% discount code. And then we see right over here some further descriptions saying, we noticed you've been checking out this item and we want to tell you a little bit more about that. So these kind of things here are actually information that were retrieved from the vector search index and put into a nicely written email to show the benefits of this product. And then also right here giving the discount code that we also specified, right? That was it. Super nice. We have seen how this works end to end. What we could do now next is to actually bring this into production. Of course, there would be some adjustments to make this properly work. Also to make it scalable, to make it work with a lot of different customers, to include more information, more tools, more reliability. But this is a great way to start. And what we can do now here from the playground is we can export the actual agent code. So it is written in LangChain, and here we will see the actual code of it. We can further refine it, we can tune it, we can make some adjustments to the tools, to the system prompts and all of that. And then we can deploy it to an actual model serving endpoint. And then we can also embed it into external applications. All right. And that was basically it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you already tried out this new natively embedded Claude models inside Databricks and what you plan to do with them. And with that being said, see you in the next video.